Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, guys. Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Before we start the paper, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us. We will be solving the hard and the very hard questions for sequences. Before I continue with the lecture, I wanted to tell you all that all revenue earned, inshallah, will be donated for the cause of Palestine. So please do like, subscribe, and share my channel. So I had already solved the first two questions. They are on my other videos. You can check this playlist. So we will be now solving question number 3. It says this sequence is a Fibonacci. Math is already difficult to begin with. I wish they used some easier words anyways. After the first two terms, the rule to find the next term is add the previous terms. For example, 5 plus 8 is 13. So over here, it actually means that in this question, you have the first two terms 2 and 4. So the next term is going to be 6. Why? Because 4 plus 2 is 6. Then in order to find this term, we will do 4 plus 6, which is 10. Then in order to find the next term, we will do 6 plus 10, which is 16. Now moving on to this one, let me zoom it in for you guys. If you look at this one, we have 11 and then we have 1. So now we have to find terminologies which will fill this sequence, alright? So if you guys can think of any two numbers that we add and we get 11, this is a basically trial and error question. For example, we can say 6 and 5, but we won't get 1. So let's say we choose 4 and 7, alright? And which number can I add with 1 to make 4? 3. So that's how I filled this box, alright. Moving on to the next question. In this question, we have 1 and we have the middle term -1. So which two numbers can I add to make 1? Let's say I can add 1 and 0 because 0 plus 1 is 1, alright. -1, +1 is 0, and I want this one. So +1, -1 is also 1. For example, 2 minus 1, that's 1, I got 1. -1, +1, that's 0, I got 0. And +1 plus 0, that's 1, I also got 1. Same over here, 1 plus 3, 4. 3 plus 4, 7. And 4 plus 7, I got 11. Alright. Moving on to the next question, says find the nth term of the sequence below. Look, this is, since we do not have the same difference, and you can say this is a sequence which is following a particular ratio. So this is called geometric progression, GP. The formula for geometric progression is AR raised to power n minus 1. A is the first term. R is the common ratio. Alright. So how do we find common ratio? Next term divided by previous term. Alright. So R is equals to, next term is 5. 5 divided by 1 is 5. Ratio will always be the same. Let's say 25, okay? 25 is the next term. The previous term is 5. 25 divided by 5 is also 5. 125, let's say 125. 125 divided by 25 is also 5. So, since the ratio is same, I have realized that this is geometric progression. So, what's the formula? AR raised to power n minus 1. Value of A is 1. Common ratio R is 5. Raised to power n minus 1. 1 multiplied by 5 is 5. So the answer is 5 raised to power n minus 1. This is going to be your answer. Please do like and subscribe, guys. So next question, find the nth term of each sequence. Okay. In this question, if you look, the difference is, -2, -2, -2, -2. So this is arithmetic progression. A plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. A is -1 plus n minus 1, d is -2. Now my students tend to say I teach very fast, so I'm going to teach this part slowly. Write negative 1. Negative 2 will multiply with n, it will become negative 2n. Negative 2 will multiply with negative 1, it will become positive 2. Okay, so negative 1, positive 2 and negative 2n. This becomes positive 1, negative 2n. This is going to be your final answer. Now moving on to the next question. Sometimes you cannot apply a particular formula, alright? So you need to think out it. For example, if you look 2, 9, 28, 65, 126, it resembles something. For example, if I say, let's say 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, okay, 4 cube is 64, 5 cube is 125. And if you look at the question, all these values are just one number greater. It means plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So it means the answer is n cube plus 1. That is your answer. Alright guys. Moving on to the next question, says find the nth term of the sequence. Alright, over here we have to find the nth term. So in this question, if you look, the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, the first term is like this, 3 multiplied by 1, right? The second term is 3 multiplied by 2. Sorry, this is 3, 6. Third term is 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, 12. Then the next term is fourth term, 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, which becomes 24. Alright, so 3 is same throughout. Multiply by, as you can see, we have 2 in every exercise, every sequence except the first one. We can say 2, and because in the first sequence we do not have 2, we will say n minus 1. Now look, 3 multiply by 2. Let's say we are finding the first term. Instead of n, I will write 1 minus 1. So 3 multiplied by 2 raised to power 0. It becomes 3 multiplied by 1 is 3. Same, 3 multiplied by 2, we are finding the second term. 2 minus 1. So 3 multiplied by 2, that's 6. Get it? Third term, 3 multiplied by 2 raised to power 3 minus 1. So 3 multiplied by 2 raised to power 2. It becomes 12. So this is just for this class guys. I will be now doing the very hard questions. I will upload the very hard questions in my next video. Please do like, subscribe, share my channel. If you understood, please do mention them in the comments below. Your support actually means a lot. Thank you guys. Bye bye. And also do not forget Palestine. The revenue will be donated for the cause of Palestine, inshallah.